direction. No one can pull me out. I've always felt different from the others. I'm running away now. Fears defeated, won't stop bleeding. 'Cause I'm sick of standing up instead of going down. I'm sick of never being able to cross the line. I'm sick of pretending everything is fine. You got it, you're just a freak like me.
Ladies and gentlemen, this shit's about to hit the fan.
You're listening to the Max Wrestling Podcast. It's time to take it to the max!
Hey, yo, it's Thursday, and you know what that means. Max Wrestling is episode 386. Still your television champion. That's right. Do not adjust your listening devices. I am your host for this evening, El Jefe Moses Marquez, and to my right, maybe your left or up and down, God only knows the way how fucking Skype works. The one, the only, the man they call DC, Daniel Crimmins. Good morning, brother. How you doing?
I am fantastic, Mo. How are you?
Brother, it's early as over here. It's early over here. Daz says it all the time. He understands it, but it's early over here, all right?
He understands it, but does he really?
Does he really? Oh, he does.
I don't know. He's got the kid now, so
He understands on some levels, but he is off on hiatus this week. He has some vacation. I don't know what he was doing. He's hanging out on an island with some new fucking cool belt and some shit and whatever. So I'm here doing his job because somebody's got to do the job.
Hey,
anyway,
this ship doesn't stop running.
You're telling me, brother. So coming off of last week's promo slam and a hot night for Max Wrestling, our most successful episode of the year so far. I believe we're somewhere around 19,000 views right about now. And as you heard last week, the captain is taking the week off to celebrate. That's what it is. He's celebrating his title reign like a dickhead. That's why he's at the beach. So, but he will be here as promised later on in the show, cutting a promo. Well, that's everything we do. It's all promos these days, but he's got a message for us, so God only knows what he's got to say. SummerSlam happened this past weekend in the brand new Triple H era, and you know what? It was actually pretty damn good.
It was, you know.
What's the terminology we use? We were sports entertained.
That we were. And, you know, was it perfect? No. But was it a step in the right direction? Absolutely.
I'm so glad that you said that. Was it a step in the right direction? So that leads us directly into the first segment of the day. Lay the talk down. We're hitting up TikTok. 3 questions for him. Let's get it.
He told the AEW guys to stay away.
Another one.
I don't play that game. So let's get into why.
I'm coming!
All right, TikTok, you know how it goes. Stitch, comment, duet down below. 3 questions for you. These are actually getting posted. I don't give a shit what nobody says. Question number 1. Was SummerSlam a step in the right direction? It may be an obvious question, but I want to know how you truly feel. Was it a real step in the right direction? Were you sports entertained? Did you enjoy wrestling? What about it to you was the step in the right direction? Number 2, since we're talking about creative pushes, is TK's reign as creative booker already starting to turn for the negative? I want to hear your explanations. Is he going soft? And the third question of the day, why, oh why, is Madison Rayne still wrestling? I want to know, are you excited for Madison Rayne's return to professional wrestling? And are you excited for her to be a part of anything creative? It is all creative this week. I'm with DC on that one. I'm going to stitch my own video on this one. So you ready for a long explanation? Stay tuned to TikTok, ladies and gentlemen. You know how it does. Stitch, comment, duet. Hit me with those, and we'll catch you round the bend. All right. So we got to talk about those real fast. I mean, the top story is obviously SummerSlam. We'll get into that first. So, but actually, you know what? Fuck yeah, let's get into SummerSlam. I want to get the goddamn result skis here. And the biggest one, let's just be straight here. The biggest one was obviously the main event. Somehow, some way, Roman and Brock, after fucking 7 years of main eventing, 7 years, I swear it feels like. Is it really been that long?
Something like that.
It's,
The first one was Mania 31. 31? Yeah, 31. Because that was the one where Seth cashed in, I think, wasn't it?
mm-hmm.
And we're at, what, 37, 38 now, I think?
Okay, so yeah, about 6, 7 years. But it took them that long to have a great one. This last man standing match, of course, you had the Farmer Brock out there with the tractor, and all the TSK asked the same question right as he pulled it up. Who the hell's going to drive that tractor back? Ain't nobody in that goddamn fucking place has a fucking a Class A license to drive that tractor, let alone nobody knows how to turn the thing on.
Well, not only that, but it's like you got to figure that aisle was not a straight shot.
No.
Like,
you got to know some maneuvering skills, man.
And like, even if you got somebody guiding you, there's no way. So you might as well just leave that shit there until they clear everything out and then do it.
Yep, clear it all out. Get it out of there. We're going to tear the ring down as soon as everything else gets torn down, bud. As soon as everything else gets torn down. But I mean, the tractor got put into use like 20 minutes. Well, actually, no, he got put into use like from the jump. Fucking Brock stands on top of it, and the first time he's ever done a high flying move since this is literally what I said. The first time he's done a high flying move since he almost broke his neck, which is probably the truth.
He did break it.
He did break his neck, which is probably the truth. And it was hilarious because again, you don't see Brock Lesnar do these things. But it was great. The whole thing about it was great. The story was great. Brock was literally he went from the monster that you used to get pissed off because he wouldn't die, and now he was the monster that you're like, wow, he's taking all of this punishment.
Yeah.
The fact that he's able to flip us on a coin just proves how good he truly is and how much like we, as sometimes the haters can be, we got shut up. You know what I mean? We got told to sit on, relax. We got humbled. That's the word I was looking for. We got humbled.
And, hell, we even got Paul Heyman taking a bump.
Paul Heyman taking bumps, man. I'm loving that. That was good stuff.
The only thing that, honestly, as a fan, I'm getting sick of, every Roman match follows the formula. Roman gets beat down, Usos get involved, Roman wins.
Yeah.
And I get it. Heel formula.
Totally.
But I, at times, would rather see a heel squeak out the win on his own.
Yeah, exactly. What happened to the good old, fucking foot on the ropes? Pull the tights. You know what I mean? Dirty pins. Like, if you really want to get dastardly heel, do it on your own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there's always that stipulation there's always that speculation, I should say, of can he win on his own? Can he win without the Usos? If the Usos weren't there, he wouldn't win all the time. Okay, cool. Then prove it. Prove that he is that sneaky of a bastard. He's a sucker and succotash of a son of a gun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But again, I could go on and on and on about this one. This was probably and I hate to say it like this because I'm already going to get some backlash. It's probably the first 5-star match I've seen from the E in a while. And it was because I was so sports entertained. It had nothing to do with in-ring action, out-of-ring action. It was entertaining. It was a fun fucking story.
Exactly. To see the ring like that, I mean, if I had one of those seats, I would have been pissed,
Right. Like, well, bud, now I can't see jackass shit, but hey.
You have to find a monitor somewhere thinking like, okay, what am I looking at here?
Yeah.
But no, it was a fun match. Like, and is it going to be their last one? We already know it's not.
No, it's not.
Like, Brock's going to come back at some point. I was honestly more surprised that we didn't get a successful cash-in.
Yeah, well, I mean, they did tease that.
But the bell never rang.
They'll never rang. Which is, we kept saying that it was like, you can't have him have a failed attempt. The failed attempt thing is meant for, dumb shits. And he's actually trying to get pushed, or they're actually still trying to push him, even though Vince is out.
Cena, when he cashed in, he failed.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, you're talking John fucking Cena here. You're talking a guy that was 15-time world champ at the time.
He did not need it.
Exactly. So it's not necessary. But however, you will kill this kid's momentum doing that.
I think, and maybe this is just me, I think were Vince still in charge, Theory would be champion right now.
And you know what? That would be one of those cool pop factors that once in a blue moon Vince would give us. And again, we even said it's like, if it is as expected as it kind of was, it was one of those like, oh well, there's that probability, there's the 20% probability that that's going to happen, or 15% probability it's going to happen, and it would have been like, holy crap, they actually pulled the trigger.
See, I don't think that's gonna. I think Theory, we know it's inevitable. It's like Thanos. It's inevitable.
Yeah.
I think it's going to happen at Clash at the Castle.
Hey, international waters, big moment, gigantic moment. I don't hate it. But you know what? This is probably what would to be a giant McDoucher. It would probably be like like Roman and Drew, and then he just pins Drew.
Yeah. That way Roman still looks good. Roman looks strong.
Yep, they would pin the Scottish. They would pin a gigantic fucking European star when their first time back in Europe. Are you yep. Yeah, they fucking would.
The only other way is, to have Drew win it by pinning Theory. That's the only other thing that I see.
But then again, you're ruining that whole thing. Again, we can go on and on. I got to talk real quick about the Liv Ronda thing. So it was one of those double finishes, if you will, as the ref is counting 3 because Ronda has the armbar in and Liv is standing up. Liv taps at 2, but the ref obviously is too busy counting, doesn't see it. Liv's still champion. They're going to continue this feud. Something tells me we're aiming towards a submission match.
Yeah,
where Ronda gets her belt back.
I think ultimately, and I think this is long-term storytelling, which we all love that. We do. I think what we're going to see happen is Ronda's going to get it back. We're going to get heel Ronda, which we all know is the better Ronda.
Mm-hmm.
She is not a good face, never has been.
No.
I don't want to see the, happy-go-lucky, I'm so happy to be here. Yay. No.
You're full of it.
Give me the monster. Give me the bad bitch from the UFC.
There you go.
I mean, not the one that got Holly Holm. Not that one.
No.
But I think what's going to end up happening is I think Becky's going to win the Rumble again, be the first 2-time Women's Royal Rumble winner, and we're going to get Becky versus Ronda at Mania.
Well, see, that's where I'm a tad worried because, unfortunately, I watched Raw highlights. I had to do it. I was almost committed enough to watch Raw itself. Schoolwork, it's way more important.
Oh, yeah.
So Becky shows up in a sling. She has a separated shoulder. She's out for a hot minute. I think Mania is off the table. Separated shoulder. For now. I mean, the reality of the matter is I swear to God, fucking pro wrestlers and these injuries that, like, when you hear about these injuries, like in the football world, you're like, bro, there's your season. They take extra precaution. These motherfuckers, I'm back in 4 weeks. What the fuck?
Yeah.
How and the why?
I mean, how many times did we see it with Cena where you think, he's done for a year?
That guy's fucking.
Well, the 1 year that he was out, he got hurt in November. Remember when he got hurt in November and you're like, oh, he's going to be out for 10 months. Shows up at Rumble and wins it.
Yep.
So, I mean, I guess if she needs surgery, Mania's off. It's not.
Yeah.
If she doesn't, then, you know, I don't know. Honestly, Ronda versus Liv was not bad. Was it the better women's match that night? No.
No.
Becky versus Bianca was great.
Oh, yeah, no, it was way better. Great opener. And then, of course, you had the awesome moments that followed where, you had Bayley's return, which everybody loved. And then, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, the now rehired Dakota Kai and the debuting Io Shirai.
Or I guess it's Io Sky now, which
Or
honestly,
Io Sky.
I don't hate that name. I
don't hate it. I just hate that they had to change the spelling.
And I think part of it is you need, and I hate to say it, but you need main roster appeal. You need to appeal to casuals. Like, they're gonna hear Shirai and they're gonna mispronounce.
No. I'm not. That's not what I'm. They changed the spelling of Io.
That's right. Wasn't it like EOY now?
Yeah.
Okay. That's,
and I'm like, why? Just make it Io Sky. Why? Like, why? We don't need to change every kind of little dumb aspect. I understand the Sky move. That's fine. We can rock with that. But did we I don't know. Maybe I'm just being nitpicky.
Could have been worse.
You're 1,000 on that one. It could have been worse. Speaking of something that could have been worse, Logan Paul and The Miz. This guy is getting so much fucking praise.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say he doesn't deserve it, but I need more.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I was like, I'm not trying to, because I have no negative for him. I've got none. He's got it. He understands what the business is. He's athletic as all fucking hell.
As a person, can't stand him.
Oh, yeah. There you go. We've always been there. When you're performing, that's different. But behind the scenes, I'm like, dude, I can't. You're one of those dudes where I just cannot take seriously. I don't know. Whatever. Call me a hater. Call me whatever the fuck you want. I've never gotten behind the Logan Paul character, the whatever. Him and even his brother. You know what I mean? So but in this, he was really good.
Oh, yeah.
I enjoyed what he did. I swear to God, I read on somewhere on Facebook. I've literally tried to stop all incoming wrestling news things because just the fucking comment sections are toxic as all hell.
Oh God.
But actually, one of them, not a comment section, but one of the headlines was Logan Paul is better than Dominic Mysterio, and it got me thinking: is that because it's newer and fresher, or is that legit? You know what I mean? Because I remember when we would not stop talking about Dominic.
You see, I think part of the problem is, I think it's a lot of things. It's newer. Logan Paul's had 2 matches now.
Yeah.
This is his first singles match. On the other hand, he doesn't have somebody that he's riding the coattails off of.
True.
Dominic has yet to have a singles feud where he's just him.
Yeah.
And I made this, this point in TSK, I did. What is he going to do when Ray finally hangs it up?
Yeah, that's been a question that's been staring for months.
And the problem is, and the WWE has done Dominic no favors, and it is not his fault.
Nah.
He should have spent time in NXT.
Real time. See, that's the thing. And you're fucking nail on the head. I understand his appeal, but look where McAfee started. Look at who he started with. If you were that worried about Dom in a singles career of any kind, you hand him to indie guys
Exactly.
who are used to dealing with dudes that have minimum of 2-3 years in the ring. They're the guys that are fresh as shit. They know how to deal with them. They know how to talk to them. They know how to work with them. But yet you're sending them up there and you're kind of just expecting him to know it all. I mean, don't get me wrong. He was impressive. But when you're teaming with your dad, who makes everything look easy, even though he's fucking fumbling and stumbling sometimes, it's hard not to, be good.
And
to
part of
look
the
good.
problem, at least for me, is he's doing the same moves as his dad,
Yeah.
but he is not the same size as his dad.
No.
You are not a cruiserweight. You are a heavyweight.
Yeah, you can't really deny it.
Start wrestling like one.
I'm not gonna go that far. I want him to add some heavyweight moves to his arsenal. I can go with that route.
Try doing a power bomb every now and then.
1,000%. Yeah, not every you. This is not, and I'm gonna date the shit out of myself. This is not 97. You're not Hooven. This is not Juventud versus Ray. I don't need literally everything to be off the ropes or the Hurricane Rana variation.
Look at La Parka.
Dude,
Heavyweight luchador.
the heavyweight luchador who does minimal flying and all power moves and used to just beat your ass with a chair at the same time.
And was entertaining as hell.
He still is sometimes.
A little crazy, but that's
well, I'm about to say, when you've been in the business long enough, yeah, you're getting awfully crazy. I could talk about the Usos and Street Profits, but I mean, they do great work every single time. There's nothing ever bad with them. I just feel like I understand that we got to keep the bloodline strong, but does it really have to be at the expense of your next best team?
Yeah.
Because the New Day's not a thing right now.
And you know what? I'll say it. New Day has run its course.
Yeah, they've been a thing for a minute, man.
Like over 10 years at this point, I think.
Yeah.
And it's not to say that they have gotten all the juice out of that orange.
Oh yeah.
There's nothing more.
They were using the rind for a minute.
We need to acknowledge that there is a good chance that Big E may never wrestle again.
Yeah, that really breaks my heart.
And Kofi, I like Kofi. He is not a tag team guy. Get him back into the main event scene. You need people for Roman. You need people.
I'm not going to say that he's not a tag team guy. He's grown out of it.
Yeah.
I will say he's grown out of it. He can't just be your tag team guy anymore. Yeah, he is a main event guy. You made him that.
Get me Kofi versus Roman. I would love to see Kofi be the one to beat Roman.
Again, now see, here's the reality, and this is the thing that I'm starting to allow my interest to get taken by, is with Vince gone, possibilities are open.
Yeah.
We're not just worried about when is Brock coming back, how long is Drew going to be chasing it, who's the next. I mean, it's probably going to be Sheamus and then maybe Randy. And no, Hunter has plans for people. Or should I say Paul? He has plans for other guys. Do I think Tommaso Ciampa is going to be like a gigantic thing? No. But I mean, he's getting a fucking U.S. title push.
Yeah.
Which is great. So, I mean, I don't know if he's going to win it, but I mean, the guy went from being behind the scenes with The Miz to you're going to go against fucking Bobby Lashley.
Yeah. Who the people are absolutely in love with.
Exactly. So this is huge. You know what I mean? You got the closet fans coming back, if you will. And I'm going to say it like that. Yep. You got the closet fans coming back. And you got the hardcores of the E, like Lashley's been the dude. But again, I don't know anybody on the outside that hates Lashley at all. I have never heard any ill will at all from Lashley about Lashley. None.
When he's not on the microphone, people love him.
Yeah,
he's one of those dudes. He does not need to talk, doesn't he?
He doesn't really ever. Yeah, he never really needs to. He is literally the guy that talks in the ring.
He's like Brock. Brock doesn't need to talk, and honestly, Brock should not talk.
But he's fucking hilarious.
Like
Brock, Brock is hilarious.
Country Brock is a dude that will beat your ass,
and then go cook a steak,
and then he will make you work the farm.
Yep. Okay, come on. You've been sleeping long enough. Let's go. You need to go feed the pigs. You need to go fucking muck stalls. That's right. God
no,
damn.
he'd probably put you on shit detail.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's what I'm saying. Mucking stalls.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I think overall, great pay-per-view. Or sorry, premium live event.
Premium live event. Even
I
Pat
still can't get over that.
Even the Pat McAfee Happy Corbin was really good. Pat McAfee talked about it on his show a little bit. I was like, because I remember watching it and how he like was getting onto the ropes, and I was like, dude, I swear to God, I kept seeing like misters or something, just random like mists of water would just come around the arena, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Or come into the shot, and all of a sudden you see Pat on the top, and he's gonna hit the swanton to the outside on Corbin, and he's fucking like slipping, and he's like, dude, I caught myself for like 0.2 seconds, and I was like, I gotta go, and I was like, he went from being an NFL Pro Bowl punter to the mindset of a professional wrestler.
Yeah. And, it's perfect. Like, he's somebody, he gets it. Like Logan Paul gets it.
They get it, which is just crazy.
I think, honestly, the weakest match on the card was Rhea versus Liv. Not Rhea versus Liv. Liv versus...
Oh, yeah, Liv and Ronda. Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure.
And honestly, I don't blame Liv for that.
No. I mean, we understand that they wanted to extend the feud. I don't know if this was the right way. It definitely makes me not that intrigued to continue to see it. But then again, Paul's good at building feuds that are already happening. So I hate that I'm admitting this right now. No, I'm not. You know what? I'm giving him hope. When the old man is gone and now logic has become a thing, I'm going to give them hope. Yeah. But then again, that hope can also just be slapped out of me. So
I don't call it hope. I call it cautious optimism.
Let's go with, I like that a lot more.
I'm not all that intrigued by it, but at the same time, it's like, we'll see.
Yeah, we will see.
We're going to see what's going to happen.
That's exactly. We will see what will happen. So before we get into some more craziness, actually, you know what? We need to talk about the craziness of the internet. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Shit Mark Say.
Oh, good Lord. This should be good.
OMG, Kevin Nash.
Who the hell told you tonight was open mic night, bitch?
Tell me you did not just say that.
WTF, thought he was dead, LOL.
Names have been names have been changed to protect their stupidity because no, these guys are fucking just absolute nerds. So normally we start with anybody I got on TikTok. I've got one, and it seems to just be like the normal notion. Now, I did not feed into this guy's energy at all. He literally commented, and I just was like, I don't give a shit enough to reply. And it was simply, the question had been asked, is TK's time as Booker done? Like, is it time to be done with? Because somebody on TikTok was upset with the Eddie Kingston Chris Jericho match. Guess what, bud? We were all pissed off at that match. Okay, we were all mad at it. Okay, you were not in the minority. You were with the majority. But no, it was. I mean, I look at it and I say, can you blame TK, or do you look at Eddie Kingston and Chris Jericho and say you guys have a combined like 40 years of wrestling knowledge, and this is what you do? You guys are this sloppy and this offbeat? Like, because that's what it is. I don't know TK's in there. TK's not in there fucking, you know what I mean, making sloppy shots and, you know, running into Jericho before he's trying to finish his move and all this shit. Like, he's not in there wrestling. That's on them.
Yeah.
So that got me into the whole, like, I got to go in there, and that was my exact defense. But I got one from this guy. We'll just say he's an electrician. And he says, the Gresham Claudio match was my last straw. Scorpio Sky gets no respect. TK is a WWE mark who only pushes WWE guys. TK is a Mark fan that is ruining his own company.
There's a lot to unpack there. Okay, only pushes WWE guys. Okay. Let's see. current tag team champions, Swerve Strickland. Most people forget he was in the E at this point.
Yeah, his E run wasn't big enough, and then Keith Lee they used and abused. If you remember Bearcat that much, I mean.
And
but here, I'll help you. Let me give you some true examples real fast. So, who are the four fucking pillars of AEW?
Guevara.
Okay, Sammy Guevara, who was not. NXT told him no.
Multiple times.
MJF, the guy that you guys can't wait to sign with the E, he is not an E guy, but yet got a gigantic push.
And they passed on him multiple times.
Again, they were go. Wardlow.
Passed on him.
Current TNT champion. Let's go with, I don't know, fucking the current TBS champion, Jade Cargill.
Passed on her.
Passed on. Can't do what? Thunder Rosa.
Let's even go further. Britt Baker.
Squashed her on live television.
Hikaru Shida. Passed on her.
The list goes on and on and on and on. So he is not a mark for WWE, guys. He understands business and what draws. And unfortunately, and we say it like this because we have to, because when it comes down to the drawing factor, there's good and there's bad. There's good because we don't get Dean Ambrose, we get Jon Moxley. We don't get Daniel Bryan, we get Bryan Danielson.
We get the version of Moxley that should have been Dean Ambrose in WWE.
Exactly.
We don't get that cartoony bullshit where he comes out in a fucking gas mask.
Exactly. We get a much more serious and well-rounded version of FTR.
Not those bullshit comedy segments in the back, you know. And with Mox, I feel that had Triple H been in charge of the E, that is the Dean Ambrose that we would be seeing right now.
Oh yeah, factuals.
That would be Ambrose right now.
1000%. But that's the whole thing. It's of all the people, like, he's obviously not a mark for the E guys. He took what he saw from these guys when they were performing on the indies and said, you go be the best version of you. Mm-hmm. And that's what they're doing. And to get back what I was driving at with the good and the bad between this, like I said, we get the better version of Moxley. Mm-hmm. We get the better version of Bryan Danielson. Mm-hmm. But the negative we get fucking Matt Hardy. And I'm not going to say we get Christian Cage. I'm not going to be sour on Christian Cage. I went from being sour on Christian Cage to this guy is awesome because of how his just promo work with Jungle Boy's been.
He's good with promos, ring action.
There we go.
I will say this to this fellow that we are referring to. It's business. You know, don't look at it from a wrestling standpoint. Look at it from if I am a businessman, which Tony Khan is a businessman, mm-hmm. You need to look at it like, I need to get eyes on my product. I have sponsors. I have a network. If I only push indie guys like Hangman Page, guys like he says Sammy Guevara, you know, Wardlow, people, if I push those people as my top stars, the average casual wrestling fan has no idea who they are.
It's the truth.
But if you have somebody who, let's say, got tired of WWE and just stopped watching, let's say they're flipping through channels on a Wednesday night, and you see CM Punk on your TV, you're gonna think, "Wait a minute, I didn't know this guy was still wrestling. What is this?" Mm-hmm. You need to get eyes on your product. Now, was the Jericho Kingston match bad? Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think I made the point that AEW needs to stop trying to do death matches.
Yeah.
They have done 3 now. They have done the Omega Moxley one, which was not necessarily the talent's fault. The match was just laid out horribly.
Mm-hmm. Factual.
They have done this match, and then they did the Nick Gage versus Chris Jericho one, which that one was great.
I'm about to say that was a lot better. Got a lot of intake from Nick Gage, HD.
I think part of that was, bless you.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
You had a guy like Nick Gage who does this professionally. This is what he does. And, you had his input. And it wasn't like, and don't get me wrong, I like, the problem is neither Kingston nor Jericho are deathmatch wrestlers.
No.
They don't know how to lay one out.
I mean, Kingston's been a part of he's been around it, but he's never been in it like that.
Now, what they should have done, reach out to Brett Lauderdale and GCW and just say, hey, can you come in, help us lay this out?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you could have had Nick Gage come in just as one-time producer and to lay it all out. And the whole thing was awkward. Like the Jericho Appreciation Society part was, they couldn't get the cage door open, so they were just randomly just squeezing through the bars. Like,
no, not randomly. Fucking Danny Garcia got out of there like he was fucking getting lit on fire.
So, and that cage was not up all that high.
No.
So you're telling me you had to wait until it was on the ground when you could have just kind of like shimmied out and then lowered yourself? Like,
mm-hmm. Sometimes you can't expand your disbelief that far. And like, trust me, those are some of those moments where we're just like, bro, do you really not know how to use a lock and key?
I think the biggest thing that if I'm looking at Tony Khan right now and talking to him, I would just say, Tony, do not insult your fans' intelligence.
Oh yeah, don't do it.
Vince McMahon has done that for years, and that is why people are watching your show.
No lies detected.
And this brings me to my point, my biggest point, and I've made this to you, to Dazzy, to everybody. I'm reminded of a promo shortly after WrestleMania 31 when Brock came back. There was something that Triple H said to Seth Rollins at the time. He says, you are at a point now where you are where you need to be. The pressure is on. Are you going to turn it into the diamond that we know you can be? Or are you going to crumble and fall? And for the longest, TK has been operating on the I'm not Vince McMahon mode. And he's been banking on that. Well, Vince is gone.
Right.
And this is the Paul Levesque era of creative. And we've seen that now that it's not business as usual. And I've said it in TSK, Tony Khan needs to step it up.
Oh no, now he has no choice. You have no choice now. Now Vince isn't all of a sudden coherent and, oh, maybe we should do this smart thing, or maybe we should. No, you have a guy who, and I'm going to say it like this, even though they lost every single week of the Wednesday Night Wars, you had a guy.
Except like 1 week.
Exactly. You had a guy who every single week you were neck and neck with. On a show where he didn't have the near amount of stars and near amount of sponsorship and viewership and all the nonsensory in between. Now he's got Raw and SmackDown.
And NXT. He's got
everything. NXT got better too, from what I heard. I didn't watch it. Again, I'm still hesitant. What did you call it? The cautious optimism? So I'm still very cautious about the entire thing. So it was maybe next week. Maybe I watch SmackDown tomorrow. I don't know just yet. But I mean, it's the fact of the matter is if he's got guys like us thinking this way, you're 1,000,000% by TK saying, hey, brother, we get it. But yeah, just like how Harold was saying in the chat, with a roster as bloated as we have, why is every week not a holy crap week?
Yeah. And the thing that worries me is, and you said this last night, you have the guy who produced the worst, one of arguably the worst Royal Rumble matches of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And you put him as one of your EVPs?
Yeah, the giant. Oh God, I was gonna get into that in a minute, but yeah, all the promotions they made, and yeah, he's gonna be one of your top dudes.
You put Madison Rayne as the head of women's creative? Why in God's name could you not bring in, somebody with a little more experience, somebody like Amy Dumas? She'd do it.
Oh yeah.
Why not bring in, AJ Lee?
Yeah, AJ Lee didn't want to. She wanted to get back into the wrestling business, and I mean, and at the same time, you're really gonna you're gonna say no to again the female version of Punk, literally because that's his wife, But no, and also like in a very more literal manner because she wrestled a different style. She talked a different way. She looked different.
Or, who else do we have that is free contractually? Oh, Soraya, aka Paige.
Yeah, she again. You want to go back to roots? Her fucking family is gigantic in the UK.
They're promoters.
Exactly.
And
long-time promoters.
If you want to use somebody that you already have, give us some of the women you already had. Give us Serena Deeb.
I was gonna say Serena fucking Deeb is sitting right there.
And you give us Madison Rayne? I'm worried.
That to me feels like so much of a reach. You know what? I as much as I want to keep going through the rest of these guys, they're a bunch of fucking smarks, and that's the shit they say. This is the stuff we have to get into right now because we need to get into. I'm with you.
We could go all day.
Well, okay. Here's my point, and I'm going to make it this point, and this is going to be the point that clicks with fucking everybody. How long was Madison Rayne in TNA or Impact?
Multiple times over 10 years, something like that.
The majority of her run, and was any of it worthwhile?
What feuds can you really remember?
I don't. You know what, dude? And again, I didn't watch Impact, so if you want to ridicule us in the comments or whatever, go right ahead, dude. That is your luxury of being a fan of this show. But the reality is, I hear Madison Rayne and I think of two things. Isn't that the girl that's married to Bubba Ray? And oh wait, wasn't she also in the Beautiful People?
No, she's married to Josh Matthews, who used to be SmackDown announcer.
Oh, that guy. Okay.
You're thinking of Velvet Sky.
There you go. That's what I thought, Velvet Sky. But again, are they not of the Beautiful People?
Yeah.
So again, I get the intent. It's to me that group blended in. But again, I was not a TNA Impact fan. I was not, and I'm not going to pretend to be.
I mean, I was a fan of some of the guys, Joe, AJ, Daniels, guys like that.
I had reasons to go back and watch them, but I mean, I was not watching every week to get invested like that. So absolute head scratcher. But then again, you know what, dude? Maybe this is all hey, do you think it's going to be bad? Watch it be good. Maybe we're just being negative. But again, we say that, and I know about Sanjay Dutt, and when he showed up in the E and started doing creative there, it sucked.
And let's not forget more Pat Buckery.
And that's the thing that's a term that's shown up on this show. The Pat Buckery has begun, and now it's a real thing. It is a real thing. The guy is fucking, what is he?
Executive.
That's Sanjay Dutt. No, he is the VP of Talent Development. What?
You want to do that? Why not put in somebody like, I don't know, Jericho? Or, better yet, even better, Dustin fucking Runnels.
I mean, you got plenty of guys back there that know more about the business than anything else. So I just...
Why Dustin is not EVP? I'm sorry, as soon as Cody left, they should have given his job to Dustin. Simple.
Absolutely.
And I said it in the chat. Dustin is the more talented brother.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's been wrestling since the mid '80s and has been popular.
Find me somebody else that could have gotten the Goldust character over.
I'm not even gonna fucking nope. Not even gonna bother.
Jericho.
Not even gonna bother.
Jericho couldn't even do it.
Nope. I mean, and he's getting every other character under the sun over. So anyway, Ski-Bone gets a promotion as well. He's going to be senior producer and special advisor, working directly with talent as part of talent relations team. It looks, I mean, from what I'm reading right here, from what it's being said by F4WOnline.com, Pat Buck is, since he's the VP of talent development, he will be working with talent and production, overseeing all coaches, providing input on matches and promos, and lead the talent relations team. So it's mainly looking like Sanjay Dutt is getting the giant push as far as him and QT Marshall are the guys that are going to be creative and development. QT, I'm not so worried about. He hasn't done terrible, but he hasn't been like excellent either. I mean, besides Hook, who else have they really that he's pushed? Who else has really been good?
I'll say this.
I got behind Anthony Ogogo, but I mean that guy was a boxer before he even met QT.
QT has done some good stuff, but at the same time, you also got to realize he's also got power now.
Mm-hmm.
Power changes people.
Power does change people.
Power changed Cody.
Power changed Cody. Yeah, no arguments here.
3-time TNT champion.
Yeah.
And we had that random him beating Sammy for the title, which makes no sense.
I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know.
It made no sense. And then Sammy gets it back. What was it, like 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, something like that?
Yeah.
And Grant gave us that great ladder match.
Yes, but for what reason?
It makes no sense.
It makes none at all. But you know what, DC? You were talking about power.
It changes people.
It does change people. And when Dazzy got some power to be that judge of the jury and he got to retain his championship, he took his power and he took off to the beach. So I guess we have to listen to him fucking Babylon.
Maybe he lost. Maybe he pulled the HBK and lost his smile.
Hey, who knows? But let's hear from the captain.
Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
So it's been a week since Promo Slam, literally our biggest episode of the year. It even outdid Promo Mania. So first of all, thank you to everybody that made last week so special. I can't state enough how much we at Max Wrestling appreciate you. Now, you know what? I honestly didn't expect to beat the Walker last week. I didn't think I'd still be here as your world champion. But fate intervened, and now it seems I'm walking into Promo Series 7 Rising Storm, still your Dragon King. And Rising Storm is not just a cute name for Promo Series this year. There is indeed a storm coming. Call me the oncoming storm, because I'm bringing all the thunder I can muster. The jury has lost too much. But maybe that depends on your perspective. Sure, my former alter ego, The Shape, went rogue and formed the House of Ashes with Travis Anderson, and sure, they used the power of the Demoness to pull Moses Marquez, my co-host, into the group, but who really holds the power? See, the lawyer, Chad Malcolm, still holds the record as longest reigning world champion and most defenses, obviously. And I'm running away at the top with the most collective days spent as your world champion, hence the new custom Dragon King World Championship in celebration. And as for Cypher, he's stepping up like never before. And it took a sneak attack last week to cost him the TV title. So I'm booking it right now. No surprises, no sneak attacks. Cypher will challenge Moses one-on-one for the television championship at Promo Series 7. And speaking of Promo Series 7, the way I see it, we were robbed of a proper conclusion with the Walker last week, so I'm going to give you one more shot with a twist. At Promo Series 7, it will be the Captain versus the Walker versus the Lawyer in Max Wrestling's first ever Triple Threat World Championship match. Oh, but wait, there's more. You see, before the world title came along, I always said I wasn't here for the gold. I didn't compete for the Knowledge Championship, I didn't compete for the Promo Championship, but the World Championship was thrust upon me. And I got a taste for gold. And now that I'm clearly synonymous with the history of the Max Wrestling World Championship, I feel like broadening my horizons. So as we know, next week, the delayed Knowledge Championship title match between the Phoenix and the Walker will take place at Max Wrestling Tidal Wave. As we also know, the World Championship is still over my shoulder, and as we also know, the Knowledge Championship will be defended on the 400th episode in November. And as we also know, 2 weeks after the 400th episode at Promo Series, the Knowledge Champion traditionally runs the Winner Stays On Gauntlet. Well, I don't care who the Knowledge Champion is going to be by then, but at the end of the gauntlet is going to be me, competing for the Knowledge Championship for the first time ever. See, I feel like I've given you people everything, and now I believe, take what you can, give nothing back. So with that said, I'm going to continue to enjoy my celebration out here on the island of supremacy, and I will see you next week at Tidal Wave.
Cause I'm sick of standing up instead of going down. I'm sick of never being able to cross the line. I'm sick of pretending everything is fine. You got it, you're just a freak like me.
Can't change the world unless we change ourselves.
You finally noticed me. You finally acknowledged me. Bravo. Party in the USA, a clip from my promo climax bout with Robert Davis included in your promo. Bravo, Captain. Bravo. Hope that song didn't get stuck in your head. You have invited me onto the 400th episode of Max Wrestling. Hell, I'm even shocked that this show has even got the 400 episodes. I mean, you guys are about that AEW, that forbidden door. I mean, this show was more like a revolving door, but hey, I hear you and I see you. Now, you've given me a chance to come on and say what I need to say. I'm not going to do it on a 400th episode of Max. I want to do it where I was born, into Max Wrestling Promo Series, where I made my debut on the Max Wrestling podcast, where I've done so many great things and had great moments, laughs, memories on the Max Wrestling podcast. I mean, sometimes I wonder to myself, why would I even want to come back to the Max Wrestling podcast? I mean, it only made me suicidal. It made me lose my confidence. It made me angry. It made me cry. It really killed my spirit. It made me feel worthless. It made me not feel valued. It just made me feel horrible. It made me feel unwanted. It made me feel like that I didn't fit in. You hurt me, and you don't even care. This is the only way I can get through to you. But hey, the past is the past. And this is the present. You know, and looking back over this past year and a half, 2 years, and getting myself back to where I needed to be and looking at through all my 30 years of living on this planet that we call Earth, I've come to find that I like myself. I love myself. I like what I get to do for people. I love what I get to do for people, my mom, my family. I like that. I love that. But you're not going to like, you're not going to love what I have to say. We can't change the world unless we change ourselves. Change is good. Change is so good. I'm going to say what I need to say at promo series. I'm going to get some things off my chest. You'll know. You'll really know how I feel. See you at promo series.
Let me assure you, change is good.
Welcome back to the Mo Show. God, that sounds good. If me and DC made you laugh, made you cry, or even pissed you off, please hit that subscribe button, follow button, like button, comment, do something. Join the Max Wrestling craze because we're growing each and every day because we are here each and every Thursday because that's how we roll. And our next special event is Promo Series 7 Rising Storm coming to you November the 22nd, and the card is already stacked.
That it is, and it's about to get bigger.
Uh-oh.
Mo, I have made history. I was the first person who won the Iron Bank to say, you know what? I'm taking Plan C. I'm not taking a champion. I am not doing a title. I'm cashing in for the main event. Nobody saw that coming.
No.
So I am going to issue a challenge right now for Promo Series. I know he's watching this show because he watches it every week, whether he says it or not. Promo Series. I am issuing a challenge to a former champion, a former co-captain, if you want to call it that. I am challenging good old Michael Chuck to a promo at Promo Series. Mike, I know you're watching this. I know.
Oh my goodness, Pandora's box has officially been opened.
Oh, I'm kicking that box open. Again.
You guys have seen it week after week after week. Mike's hiatus has been a thing that we've talked about week after week after week, seeing video week after week after week, and DC seems to be sick and tired of them.
I'm saying, you know what? Ante up.
Ante up indeed.
Put your chips on the table. Lay everything out. One more time. Wow. If the card wasn't stacked already, and I'm going to go through it, talk about them. I don't know how this is going to go, but I'm already mad and intrigued. November 22nd, we will probably get DC, depending on if Mike Larkin's got the huevos enough to say yes. I don't know. We'll see. The guy's been gone for a minute. He may not know. He may not want it. That's the thing. We got to wait and see. But you know who does want it and who is going to get it? I've been ordered by the captain that I have a rematch. Me and Cypher one more time for the television championship. I don't want to hear hey, the jury's playing trickeries. I have agreed to this, and as far as I know, more stipulations are coming. God only knows.
The traditional winner stays on gauntlet for the Knowledge Championship will be going down as well. The captain will be the final challenger to enter the to end the gauntlet, which is the first time he's been a part of the Knowledge Championship chase. So this is going to be fucking crazy. I'm excited. The problem is he's going to be a big-time competitor in the Knowledge realm. For those who think that he may not be one because he's always on the opposite side, you learn a lot when you're the guy reading the questions. So I'm thinking he's going to be a bigger headache than we'd like him to be. And then lastly, the main event for promo series is the captain versus the lawyer versus the Walker. First ever triple threat world championship title match. The promos coming in hot for promo series 7. For more information, go to maxwrestling.net/promo series 7. Good Lord. What a fucking card. What a card. What a card. All right, we got some more news to get into. I want to be quick. I want to be just with it, though. But the first thing we got to talk about, because we're video game guys, AEW's trailer for Fight Forever got released. And as much as we are digging how it looks, how it's probably going to play, when the fuck did we ask for Mario Party?
And not just all the mini games, the baseball, all that. Why?
I don't like make a separate game. Is this why this game took so much time to develop?
You have mobile games. You have the GN. You have that. You have the casino.
Oh yeah, the casino
thing, which to me is weird. But you're a wrestling company making a casino game. Whatever.
Right. I'm not gonna. Maybe it was like the pinball craze. Got to have a casino game.
I don't understand why you're. See, the problem is you are putting in modes that people are only going to play a handful of times, and just what worries me and my thought. You have a decent roster. Are you trying to stack your game because you don't have all these modes? Is that what it is? Give us a steel cage match. Give us matches that we don't normally see, even if you've never done them. Like dog collar match, you've done one. You're doing the barbed wire exploding match. Like I want to see how that's going to play.
Yeah, we had talked about that.
Never been done.
We had talked about that, and we had said, you know what, that's going to be interesting because we've never seen it in a video game. And then on top of that, and then we of course have to make the joke: is it going to be a dud?
Yeah.
Should they make two versions of it? The Japanese death match versus the exploding ring match.
Have two options, but have it be you don't know which one you're going to get.
Yeah, and then I don't know. It'd just be fun stuff right there. But the game's coming out. I'm excited to play it. It's just I did not ask for Mario Party on top of my AEW wrestling game. Personally, for me, that the time that you guys took to write the code to make those mini games, you could have done it to add a consistent DLC. Ensure that your music is up to date, your movesets are up to date, your gear is up to date. That's you really want to stick it to the E. You really want to stick it to WWE 2K's gimmicks. Debut the game and have it match the current day. That is, I swear to you, will put you up here compared to the E's game.
Give us active updates, whether it's monthly or quarterly, You
know what? I love that.
I will say to WWE's credit, and I've never seen this in all the years that I've played their games. We got new content added post-launch. They included the arena for NXT 2.0 for free. They've never done that.
That's big.
And it's new things. Like, if you update quarterly, you can even do it as a DLC. Fans will pay for it.
I was just going to say, believe WWE's game right now, it's like you do like $25 or whatever for their season pass. It comes with all kinds of shit. Even if my season pass doesn't come with the extra bonus this or the bonus that or the extra people, if you just give it to me If I just got to pay you $20 a month or $20 extra, and every 3 months I'm getting theme updates, gear updates. I mean, maybe not tracking updates or whatever, but just bug fixes. Simple, basic shit.
Yeah,
I would pay. I would gladly. I'll gladly spend the money.
and the point that I made to you last night, one of the things that the E games have, legends.
Yeah, legends.
So here's what you do, and I think this is a genius idea. And if people think I'm wrong, I don't care because I'm not wrong.
Love it.
Look at legends that have not been, maybe aren't currently signed to WWE under a Legends deal because, that's how they get people. Find us people that are not under contract in any way to the E, have maybe never been in a game, and sign them. Have them in your game. Guys like Tully Blanchard, guys like Arn, give us people that are not tied down, reach out to Ole Anderson, get that grumpy old man.
Yeah, right.
Reach out to some of the other horsemen out there, give us people that the E does not do anything with.
Yeah, no, that's a great idea.
And I think, the fans will dig that, work out a deal with New Japan.
That's my number one.
We've gotten Fire Pro, but
we talked about it. Fire Pro is a straight up wrestling game. There is no frills, no thrills. You are in it for the button combination of how to wrestle.
Exactly.
That is it.
It's not, Fire Pro is not for casual gaming fans.
No.
Give us something, give us, guys, you have Ring of Honor. Give us the Ring of Honor roster.
Yeah, but debut it as you know what I mean? This is make it, even if that means this is our official debut of these are the guys on the fucking Ring of Honor roster. We have to take it from the video game. Whatever. I don't give a shit. But make the Ring of Honor roster. Make, okay, so Roosh, Claudio, obviously, all those guys, they're Ring of Honor dudes, You can have Wheeler, it could be just like how the fucking WWE game is. You can have a dude who would be on SmackDown who has a Raw belt, or back in the day used to be able to. But I mean, the idea is there's things that they could have done differently, but we'll have to wait and see. For all we know, everything's in there like that. Just the idea of them fucking mini games was just very off-putting.
It's weird. And I'll say this: people that I guess there's a date of December of 2022. I'm telling people it's not launching in December. There's no way.
No, I don't
Honestly,
think so.
That's a placeholder date. They always do it with every single game. WWE did it with 2K22. It had a placeholder date of December of 21. Didn't launch till March. Is the AEW game going to launch around March of 23? No. Because 2K23 is going to launch.
I was just say that's when 2K drops.
I think, honestly, realistically, I'm going to say, if I'm guessing, I think second quarter of 23 is a fair assumption.
I don't, and here's my thing. I don't hate it. I really don't. But again, you got to think about everything that comes out during this time of the game season. And for your non-gamers out there, or your casual gamers out there, you don't understand. Every November, December, there's a fucking literal war between Call of Duty and Battlefield.
Yep.
Every fucking year. And then last year, I think they threw Halo in there. And then in previous years, games like Titanfall looked like it was going to be gigantic. They threw it in there with fucking, you could battle with Call of Duty and Battlefield. No, the fuck you can't. No, the fuck you can't.
The only games that have been able to do that, GTA, because it's GTA.
But again, at this point, that's a fucking once in a decade game. They fucking leave the same game out and constantly update it and they leave it out for 10 years, and then they decide we're going to do a new one.
Multiple systems.
Yeah, that's it.
Multiple generations.
Yeah, you're fucking. Wow.
I will say this: it's not going to launch in the first quarter because nobody buys games in January. Nobody buys games in February. New games. We don't see it.
No. All my money's been spent for Christmas.
Exactly. People don't have the money for it.
No.
So I think around June-ish.
I mean, and I'm going to say this, if you really wanted to be a dick, you could fucking release in February. But I'm guaranteeing you are not going to do as well as you think.
No. Because as a consumer, if my choice is between AEW Fight for the Fallen, which just as a game title, whatever.
Yeah, it already throws me off.
Or WWE 2K23, which I know is an established brand and are, with the exception of 2K20, their games are usually decent. I'm sticking with the WWE game.
Okay, so here, I got it. Since you're the gamer or you're a gamer with me, I got to throw this one at you because this used to be a thing for me. This used to be a thing for me. For, I think it was 3 years, you had the choice between Madden NFL football from 12, 13, 14, or for half the price, you could play the ESPN NFL games. If AEW decided we want to just be the better game, and they took a giant cut, say their game was $40, every game is $60. Say they decided to release the game at $40 and they dropped it in March. Would you then at least consider it, or would you just stick with the fact that 2K is an established brand regardless of the money?
With it being a new title, I would consider it. I would want to see some reviews first.
I'm definitely with that.
It's kind of how I did it with 2K22 this year. I wanted to see some reviews because 2K20 and was weird because there was a media blackout with 2K20.
Yeah.
Like they weren't talking about it, which is alarming. But then, a week to 2 weeks before launch, you start to see little sprinklings of reviews, and it's like saying, guys, there's problems.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see graphics that are still like that. Like, you can still play the game. I could re-download it to my system right now, and I would still deal with issues. Like,
oh, yeah, you would.
Because the problem with that game, that was the first game without Ukes.
Yeah.
2K thought, we don't need them. We've got visual concepts, our in-house team. They had to rebuild, and coding.
Mm-hmm.
Building a game from scratch is...
And no, that is, trust me, as a coder, when you say from scratch, it's not, it is exactly like cooking from scratch. You are taking every motherfucking little ingredient and recombining them.
The proprietary code there belongs to Ukes.
So then you exactly. And as a coder, if you have nothing to base off of, you can always go from scratch. That's what you're taught. You could go from scratch. But now you have to think like they thought. Is their code a similar code? Is it going to run as well? There's so many factors that go into it. And then again, what if every time they run it, they run into errors because they don't have access to the proprietary code?
Yeah. You took it with them. You just like, okay, it's ours. We're taking it.
Yeah. The smartest thing they could have did. So. All right, want to keep going here. Very quick, congratulations to Cassie Lee and AEW's Sean Spears expecting their first child. Congratulations to them. I mean, from what I'm thinking, the Iconics, or I forget whatever their new name is.
The Inspiration.
Their Inspiration. As far as I know, they're done.
Yeah, they retired.
So,
but
good for them.
Before this, I got to think with Triple H back in charge, I wouldn't have been shocked to have seen him go back.
Nah.
I would not have been shocked.
No, but then again, I think literally if this move would have been made maybe 4 months sooner,
oh yeah,
things would be way different.
If it didn't take a sexual harassment scandal to force out your boss.
I mean, that's the fucking sad reality. that we were just thinking, what's it going to take to get this guy to go? What's it going to take for him to get gone? And we were thinking maybe his age, maybe he's just sick and tired of it. And no, he literally had to get caught in some bullshit.
And I've said it to you, and I'll just say this quickly. Honestly, I thought they were, and I don't want to seem, macabre, I honestly thought they were going to find Vince dead in his office.
Dang.
Of a heart attack. I thought that's what was going to happen. That he was just going to pass away at work. But did I think it was going to be this? No. Am I shocked? No. I think we all kind of knew Vince was a scumbag.
I think, God, there's a very famous dude, I forget who right now, that says it awesomely. And it's the more, you have to be some kind of a dickhead to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
At least to that degree.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like,
look at all of them. Bezos, Gates, other people.
Yeah, that's exactly it. All right, quick couple of New Japan notes. Carl Fredericks has announced that he is not re-signing with New Japan, and he will be going on his own. I'm immediately thinking this guy's going to go to Impact or whatever. Carl Fredericks was one of the guys that originally joined the LA Dojo. He was one of the young lions that hung out around in Japan, one of the gaijins, one of the Americans that showed up, and he's been good. He's been recognizable. For those who pay attention to New Japan Strong, he is not the guy that showed up in AEW. But Carl Fredericks, he's a good talent.
Very much.
Hope he's not done, but we'll see where he goes.
I've got to think, Impact, or maybe with, rebrand. Maybe he's going to show up in NXT 3.0.
Hey, who knows? You know what I mean? That's the thing. Now the possibilities of guys just going, it could show up in the E. That's a thing now. It's not anymore. I mean, it used to not be, but.
We didn't address this, but it was said that the tryouts this past weekend were were disastrous, and I think it was just rumor, but it looks like WWE is going back to the signing indie stars.
Yeah, that was definitely a note that was made, and maybe because it's of Hunter of Paul, but the reality is that's what worked. I understand that the idea of pushing indie guys and but they're at least safer. You know what I mean? Guys aren't getting hurt. Guys aren't, it's not a dangerous, boring product where that, it's as 90s as can go. You guys have guys out there doing basic moves. You have to be more energetic and more of a gimmick than anything else. No, now it's, I've been doing this for a minute. This is what we know how to do, blah, 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 blah. So, but again, go sign some guys, get NXT right. I'm all about it. Very quick G1 update. We're at, I think, the 10th night. We still got 28 or 18 days to go. Leader of the A block right now, Kazuchika Okada, 6 points. Bad Luck Fale, 4 points. Jeff Cobb, 4 points. Toru Yano, Jonah, Lance Archer, and Tom Lawler all coming into the rear with just 2 points, aka 1 win. And the B block, current IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Jay White, also 6 points. Sonata and Tamatonga, surprisingly, both at 4 points. No surprise here. Taichi, Tomohiro Ishii, Chase Owens, and the Great Okan wrapping up that one with 2 points apiece. Zack Sabre Jr., Hiroki Goto, and Hiroshi Tanahashi are in a 3-way tie to lead the C block with 4 points, while everybody's in the background, 2 points apiece, and a shocking leader after defeating Will Ospreay just this past week. David Finlay, the leader of the D block with 6 points, Will Ospreay 4, Juice Robinson, Yujiro Takahashi, Shingo Takagi, El Phantasmo, and Yoshihashi coming up the rear with 2 points. I'm already thinking this is going to turn into maybe we get Finlay and Zack Sabre, and maybe we get Jay White and Okada, and something tells me that Okada's going all the way.
I will say this. I do not want to see Okada in the main event again. I'm not saying ever. I like Okada. But storyline wise, I think you have Jay White as a heavyweight champion. Give me Jay White versus Tama Tonga at Wrestle Kingdom. You have that Bullet Club story. Cap it off, Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, I mean, the idea of Tama Tonga forever has been a thing. God, I don't hate it, man. I really don't. It would be a shock, a gigantic shock. And you know what? Maybe that's what the G1 needs. Needs some shock factor.
And they need to take it. Okada is the safe bet.
You know what? Now that God damn, I hate that you laid it out like that because I really like it now. I really like it. It would be Jay White Okada. You'd probably have Tama Tonga, David Finlay. David Finlay would he would give his heart out there and then just come just short. And then it's the fucking face of New Japan versus the guy that has literally been in the background. And you can have that moment like because fucking Carl Anderson won the G1. You can have a Carl Anderson moment for him. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean he's got to win the belt, but winning the G1 is huge in its own.
Honestly, I think what you have Tama Tonga win the World Heavyweight title, even if it's just for a brief period. Because you got to realize Kenny didn't have it all that long.
No.
He had it, like 2 months, maybe?
Yeah, not that long.
It was very short-lived.
Yeah.
I mean, the story is Tama Tonga was always the soul of Bullet Club.
This is the truth.
He was the soul. And, what does he do? You have him go kamikaze, all out, balls to the wall, trying to take him out. So I think you got to do it.
Yeah, I think it's time to pull the trigger with Tama Tonga. I love this idea. I'm loving this idea. Gato, brother. I know you're not listening. TK, get Gato on the phone, brother.
Do it. It's the fact that they didn't have Tama Tonga on Forbidden Door. Just
trust me. There's a lot of guys. There's a lot of guys that should have been on Forbidden Door, and it was mad disappointing.
When Naito even said they never contacted him.
No,
and
TK apparently was very picky on who.
And he has said he would have done it.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, that's the thing that sucks about the Forbidden Door show. That we, as much as we loved it, there was some negatives. There could have been way bigger stars out there. Guys ended up getting sick. So it had its ups and downs. It was definitely cursed. Hoping if they end up doing another one, attaboy. Hoping if we do another one, or if they do another one, I should say, it'll be, I don't want to say better planned out, but I'm gonna say better planned out. They low key rushed it because they were like, fucking COVID's over, go, and they were fucking spitballing.
And COVID's like, and
COVID's like, motherfucker, we didn't go away. So now I don't know, but we shall see. Yeah. We have to talk about Dynamite. It's part of the show's fucking program. However, this was it was a good show. I wanted to call it basic. I wanted to call it mediocre. It was a good show. It just, you had that sour taste in your mouth that fucking guys like Pat Buck are really running the goddamn show. And it showed in the first fucking match with Jay Lethal and Orange Cassidy. The match itself was fine. It was when Sanjay Dutt and Satnam Singh come out to, I guess, get the upper hand for Jay Lethal. Fucking Trent and Chucky come out, and I get it's supposed to be vaudeville, and I fuck with vaudeville, but like something told me that this was also very fucking Pat Buck. Hey, go out there and be dumb. Ha 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 ha.
This is something that Vince would have booked.
But then the thing that makes it worse, and the thing that makes it worse is fucking Satnam Singh counted to like 45 before he decided he needed to engage the now taller people. And I'm like, dude, why did you take so long?
I will say this, and I said, I said this in Discord, and y'all laughed at first, but now y'all know it's true. He is the great value Khali.
He is quite literally the great value Khali.
Hell, he may even be the Dollar General Kali at this point.
Damn, that's low budget. I mean, fuck, you were. I mean, if we're considering like bread, like fucking great value bread is like 92 cents. Bro, fucking Dollar Tree, you get that bit. You get 2 loaves for $1. Are you kidding me?
Don't get me wrong. Satnam Singh has a good look.
Sure.
He's not ready.
He's got a good look. He can kind of talk, even though I can barely fucking understand him. Yeah, he just and you know what, dude? And this is where it's gonna get some people heat. There's a difference between him and those other guys that we were talking about, like Logan Paul. Those guys get it. He has yet to get it. And when he does, maybe it clicks. But until then, he's still just the guy who's you said go. Okay. And that's where we're at.
Don't try to be a flashy guy. Be a monster.
There you go. I need you to be a big scary monster.
Omos gets it.
Omos gets it. There we go.
Kali got it.
He really did, though. As much as we want to make fun of him and can make fun of him, he did understand his role.
You are a giant. You are a monster. Big Show, Paul White, when he was the giant in WCW, he got it.
Oh, big time did he ever.
Like, don't, as a monster, I don't want to hear a monster talk. I want you to be just that imposing muscle.
I'm about to say the thing, and I'm going to say it like this, and this is going to give me either a lot of love or a lot of heat. The reason why Frankenstein was so vicious and so scary of that era was because he had no real vocalization. All he did was grunt and go towards you. And as basic and as stupid as that sounds, it works. And again, this is where I'm going to get some heat or not. All else fails. When all else fails and when it looks like it's going bad, revert to the basics, because the basics always work. Whether it's on a level of here or on here, it's going to work no matter what. It's going to hit the scale is the gimmick.
When Kane first started in WWE, didn't talk. He had a mouthpiece. Now I kind of wish he wouldn't talk.
You're fucking telling me, bud. You're fucking telling me. Undisputed Elite comes out, and everybody thinks it's going to be happy-go-lucky. It turns not. It looks like Kyle O'Reilly. Looks like Red Dragon, I should say. No, not Red Dragon. What is that? The Undisputed Era is back. UE is back together. So the Elite have been separated from the Undisputed Era. So I don't know what the fuck we got to call these nerds now. But Hangman comes to make the save, and I have no idea what these clothes were. I don't know who he borrowed this fucking white tank top and these fucking butterfly pants from, but okay. I mean,
what is that?
I mean, I'm going to keep it funky here. I'm going to keep it mad funky with you. I almost gave him Geek of the Week just for his fucking outfit. Just for his fucking outfit, man. It's hard. It's
the pants. Like, give the pants the Geek of the Week. Just the pants.
I can't do it. I have a much better one, but we'll save him for later's.
It looks like they were just stickers that, they're just like, well, we have these butterfly stickers. What are you doing with them?
No, don't you dare downplay it, DC, bro. These fucking pants look like he stole them off of a fucking 11-year-old girl back in 1997, player. Okay, I used to see these pants on a weekly at elementary schools.
They look like mom jeans. That shrunk in the wash.
That shrunk. That works perfectly. Works perfectly. We had actually a really good tag match. Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter against Thunderstorm, leading up into I think it's Thunder. It's going to be Thunder Rosa and Jamie Hayter for the AEW Women's Championship. I like it. Fuck, bro, it's good. About time. I'm digging it.
I think what you do, you have Jamie Hayter win it. You have her win the women's title.
Shock factor.
And then, you think, well, Jamie Hayter, Britt Baker, One of them's got to be the heel. One of them's got to be the face. Common sense would say Hater as the face, right? No.
Nope.
Baker.
And you want to know how? And I'm going to add to that because I'm already down that same road with you. Reba turns. See, there you go. That's what I'm looking at right now. I'm already loving this entire thing. And it's not because I have any kind of ill will towards anybody, but I mean, Britt Baker is your hottest fucking women star out there, period. No questions asked. With or without the belt.
One of your top stars in your company, regardless of gender.
Period. One of your top stars, period. So making this, the believability of her being a face is more than just believability. It is a reality. We can easily go with it, very, very easily. And if you then throw in something like a fucking Reba heel turn siding with Jamie, then you have a hard-hitting heel in Jamie Hayter who has her new muscle back up. And now you have this inner feud between them, which gets Britt Baker back in the spotlight, gets Jamie Hayter built as a star. We're moving in the right directions. We're building upward. Upward is the idea.
You have Britt Baker as, the sympathetic baby face, because the way she treated people, nobody's gonna want to help her. So she's got to do it all on her own.
That she does.
And you know what? Book it.
Book it, Dano. Book it, Dano. Got to talk about the dumpster match. Shockingly, had a lot of fun watching it. Not even gonna lie. I wanted more time for it, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? I can't get too mad. The Acclaim did take up the victory, but of course, the thing to talk about every time we mention the Acclaimed or anybody mentions the Acclaimed is what comes out of Max Caster's mouth on the rap. And so they actually ambush fucking gigantic Billy Gunn and his kids, beat him up with trash cans. That's when Max Caster decides he wants to rap. Basically, Daz, I need you to fucking cut it because I am not about to just mimic anything. His thing was just so good, you have to post it on here. But taking shots at Vince McMahon being retired, and of course, loving the fact that they will always and forever be known as the Ass Boys.
Yeah. It doesn't matter where they go. Like, Colton and Austin could go to NXT, could go to WWE, Japan, wherever. They are always going to be Ass Boys.
They will always and forever be the Ass Boys. All right, very quickly, let's look into the future, if you will. Rampage for Friday. We got some stuff. Madison Rayne makes her debut. We have a Friday night street fight. Swerve and Our Glory, the tag team champions, taking on Tony Nese and the debuting Josh Woods, the former Ring of Honor Pure Champion. And then for the main event of that one, we have the interim AEW World Champ Eliminator, apparently. Jon Moxley versus the debuting Mance Warner, who I believe is coming from GC Dub.
I think so.
That's the last time I saw him.
But, I mean, talk about random.
Very, 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 very random. But then again, I think maybe Mox just wants a reason to bleed everywhere, which I can't say I blame him.
Yeah. I mean, Mance Warner, I got to think, people going to bleed.
Somebody's going to bleed everywhere, and it's probably going to be Mox and maybe Mance. Maybe everybody's just going to bleed.
And, honestly, I can already hear Renee being pissed. I can already.
God dang it, John. I can hear them screaming nah.
He's probably going to be couched for this one.
For sure. Battle of the Belts happens Sunday. Battle of the Belts Saturday, excuse me. TNT Championship made official last night. Wardlow defends against Jay Lethal. Look, you're going to start burying the fuck out of Jay Lethal. Now we're kind of getting to a point where I'm getting over it. AEW Women's World Championship, Thunder Rosa, Jamie Hayter, as we talked about. I could love to see the Jamie Hayter win. Let's go for it. And then the Ring of Honor World Championship, Claudio Castagnoli in his first defense against a man who's unfortunately on his way back to Japan, Takeshita.
For now, that one, Japan.
Yeah, he's going back to Japan for a little bit. Hopefully he comes right back. God only knows. We only hope. So following next week, AEW Dynamite Quake by the Lake, because we have to have fucking cool names all the time, I guess. Coffin match been made official. Darby Allin versus Brody King. Somebody is quite literally going to die.
And it's going to be Darby.
and it's going to be Darby, and that's quite fine. Tornado Tag, a.k.a. you can fucking be all over the place. Lucha Brothers versus Rush and Andre El Ilolo, a.k.a. the Ingonables.
Andrade Flair.
Andrade Flair. Hey, yeah, go check that one out if you haven't. You should just watch it anyway, whether you consider it bad or not. Jade Cargill has an open challenge for the TBS Championship, and this is exactly how you fucking use Jade Cargill. This right here. Good job, TK. And then lastly, we have the interim world championship match. Jon Moxley versus the winner of the main event, which turned out to be Chris Jericho, as he ended up beating Wheeler Yuta using the Lion Tamer, which I got fucking popped huge for. I love that fucking submission. It's way better than the Walls of Jericho, which is just a fucking Boston Crab.
And not a very good one either.
No, it's not. It looks very lazy. Sorry. Just
kind of like how the sharpshooter looks nowadays.
There's all of 2 people that know how to apply a sharpshooter. And unfortunately, one of them is Natty. And she does it shitty most of the time anyway. Only one that does it any good is fucking Daniel Garcia.
Brett used to do it, but even in WCW, he just kind of did the whole sitting on the person's ass.
Yeah. I don't like it. Anyway, big week coming up. Lots still more to go. Again, we got Friday, we got Saturday, and then right back on Wednesday. But that is going to be it. We got a few things to touch up on, and the first one is Geek of the Week. Daz, hit that motherfucking music.
Pencil neck geek, grit-eating freak, scum-sucking peahead with a lousy physique. He's a one-man, no-cut, losing streak. Nothing but a pencil neck geek.
Pencil neck geek.
This one's going to be short, sweet. I'm probably going to get some heat for it. Ladies and gentlemen, your Geek of the Week, and I hope this is the one and only time I call him the Geek of the fucking Week. TK. Brother, these were some bad promotions. And I mean, call it, us being nitpicky, call it whatever the fuck you want, brother. This was bad. So for this week, and again, hopefully this week alone, Geek of the Week, Tony Khan. And since Daz ain't here, I guess I got to pick the bestler of the week, the best wrestler of the week. So hit that music. And now the best wrestler of the week, as I'm stuck to find one, the only guy that pops in my head, and I don't hear anybody fucking back talking me, Brock fucking Lesnar.
See, I go different.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
I'm going Bianca Belair.
Okay. You know what? Trumped me. I will absolutely, as much as I loved what Brock did, the Bianca thing, much, much better. I love it.
I think what that match did, it made her your top female star. She was already a star, but this feud with Becky made her it.
Facts. Made her it. Man, did you hit the nail on the head.
She is one of the top women's wrestlers in the entire business. I don't care.
No, she is fucking up there right now.
She could be this generation's Trish, this generation's Lita.
And the fact is, she's only been really around for 4 or 5 years. And she's literally climbing that ladder fast as hell.
And you know what? She's wrestler of the week for me.
And you know what? I'm going to change it, and I fucks with that as well. So there it is. Bianca Belair, congratulations. You're the bestler of the week because you're the bestler. That's, best wrestler we had.
Better than all wrestler.
Atta boy. He gets it. All right, so thank you for spending your Thursday with us. We are here. The socials. Again, make sure you're following Max Wrestling UK on Twitter, the Captain 512 and SMR Podnet. Make sure you check out the website, maxwrestling.net. And don't forget to hit the follow, the subscribe button, like, comment, the whole everything. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all the social medias and everything in between.
Or be cursed.
Or be cursed. I would have some plugs for you this week. There would have been a to B to the Retro Wii, but the reality is as like I told y'all last week, Retro Wii Rewind is back on hiatus because the fucking finals week was more like 2 weeks, and it was not nice.
It was
I'm
evil.
gonna take a breather. I'm gonna go on vacation. You might get some golf videos, and then Retro Rewind comes back hard. In September. I will give a release date in due time, but September, more than likely the second week, Retro comes back. And with that coming back, and because September is September, or actually before September, the reason why we're taking this break, the other reason why this is going down, is not only is Retro coming back in September, but so is Bolt Ran. I can't not do it. The Chargers are fucking killing it this year. Practice has been excellent. Everything about the team has been excellent. And I've been sitting here on the sidelines and I can't sit here no more. I must talk about my team. So starting in September, not only is Retro Rewind coming back hard to the fucking core, but so is Bolt Ran. So stay tuned for all kinds of fun stuff. And DC, any final words to that guy that you're challenging before we get out of here?
Time to nut up or shut up. You know, you're watching. I know you are. You watch it every week.
Nut up, put up, shut up, he says. Lord, have mercy, Jesus. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe we hear from Mike. Maybe he runs scared and hides in his bedroom. God only knows. But with that being said, join us next week for Max Wrestling's Tidal Wave as the captain comes back to his seat. The Phoenix will finally get his one-on-one rematch against Travis the Walker Anderson for the Knowledge title. You've been watching The Mo Show featuring DC. We'll catch y'all around the bend. Peace out. Good night. Bye. Good shit.